In an era of naked bikes and high-tech Euro-compliant motorcycles, there are still a lot of motorbikes out there that try to stick to their heritage. After all, it's the basis of vehicle's character, right? When we think of classic motorcycles, where do we look? Triumph motorcycles are famous for classic customs such as Bonneville's and Bobber. Northern Brand is said to be the real pioneers of British classics. Royal Enfield, a brand that's known for making the longest-lived motorcycle design, which is the RE Bullet. Besides British brands, there are those that came from other parts of Europe, and one of them is from a sophisticated town of Mandello del Lario. They're famous for producing the distinguished Moto Guzzi V7s, which are well known as the most celebrated Moto Guzzi model. There were two major updates since the launch of the successful entry-level bike, the V7 in 2009. There came the Moto Guzzi V7 2 and then the more diverse V7 3. In 2021, Moto Guzzi reset their model name back to V7, eliminating the Roman numeral system from previous years. As a celebration for their 100th anniversary, they released the Centario edition of V7 and V85TT model. The old 744cc engine, which is used for the three generations of V7s, has been replaced by an 850cc but still a 90-degree V-twin engine, which is the exact same engine used in the V85TT but with some tweaks. It is said to be more powerful than a previous engine because aside from the larger engine displacement, it was declared by Moto Guzzi that it has an additional brake horsepower of 13 Nm, which turned out to be 63 brake horsepower at 6,800 RPM. And with a peak of 54 foot-pounds of torque at 5,000 RPM, and produces 80% of its peak torque at only 3,000 RPM. With all these specs, you may think that these are a bit of a letdown when you consider the fact that it has the same engine as the V85TT, which makes up a total of 79 brake horsepower. But that's still a 16 brake horsepower difference, maybe mainly because they're targeting those countries that need A2 compliance, which is majority of Moto Guzzi's customers, and for them, it's a better and larger target market. It was also emphasized that the headstock would have more steel elements and increase in travel of its twin Kayaba shocks, which seemed like Moto Guzzi made it more durable. Ergonomically, there's an updated saddle and foot peg that gives additional support for comfort. Along with the new improved engine, Guzzi engineers placed a wider rear wheel with 150/70 17-inch tire, which replaces the outgoing model's 130/80 17-inch tire. There will be two versions available for V7 2021. It's the V7 Stone and the V7 Special. The V7 Stone has single LED lighting, LED gauge, cast aluminum wheels, and a headlight that features a DRL in the shape of the Guzzi Eagle. There are three satin finishes for the V7 Stone: the Nero Rovido or the rough black, the Azzurro Ghiaccio or the ice blue, and the Arancione Rame or the orange copper. How about an old school feel with modern specifications? You want to get and maintain the latest V7 but with more classic experience? Get the V7 Special. It has dual analog dials, spoke wheels, a classic round headlight, and comes in two color schemes: the Blue Formale or the Formal Blue, which I'm sure caused your eyes to dilate during this video, and a Grigio Casual, the Casual Gray. The improvements may not be that exciting, especially for new buyers of this motorcycle. It may seem like the upgrades were made for the sake of Euro compliance. It may be too underpowered in papers, but ever since the V7s were made, these motorcycles have been nothing but classically perfect. I mean, this is a high-performing modern classic bike. It can still keep up with the famous modern classics, if not outperforming them, like the Bonneville T100, Kawasaki AA800, or even the newest threat to the king of sub-1000cc classic in terms of sales, the Interceptor 650. In addition to that, reviews of its clutch experience were all good thanks to the shaft drive, and not to mention the 6-speed gearbox and the transverse 90-degree V-twin vibe, which contribute in maintaining the handling balance when it comes to mid to top speed acceleration. That's all for this video. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. This is Ace of Spades. Thank you for watching.